Hi everybody and welcome to Flosstube number 9. My name is Alana. I am Mrs.SmithStitches here on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. Welcome. I'm going to say happy Saturday. This is Friday. I usually film Fridays. So I'll say happy Saturday and hope that this uploads in a timely fashion so you will be able to see this first thing on Saturday morning. My last video, I definitely had some technical difficulties getting it uploaded. I was fine getting it filmed and even editing worked fine. But I couldn't get it uploaded. It took like 2 days. I don't know what happened. Anyway, hopefully that won't happen again. I've set my camera filming to my phone. I film on my phone. So I set it to a lesser setting, I guess. I Googled it. So if this video quality isn't as good, I do apologize for that. I won't do it again if this, sorry, my hair is doing some things. If this doesn't work out, but I thought I'd try it for this video and see if I can get the size smaller and see if it will upload a little bit better, because we have like very rural internet and our upload speed is just really not great. Anyway, so hi, I hope everybody had a fantastic couple of weeks. I definitely did. It has been busy and wonderful and full of celebration, which has been really fun. We celebrated, since I last filmed, we celebrated my grandson's first birthday party. He's so cute and 1 whole year old, which was wonderful. We had a great day. Lots of fun, lots of presents. He was a little overwhelmed at one point. I did make him a smash cake, like his first, that's the thing now, their first sort of smash cake. I'll see if I have a picture of just the cake. We don't put the kids on, like their faces online at all. My daughter doesn't, and I'm sure my son and my daughter-in-law will be the same with our little granddaughter coming. But if I can find a picture of the cake, I made this really cool smash cake. I didn't really like it. He didn't really enjoy it. But he did enjoy everything else. The wrapping paper particularly he was a big fan. And one of my sons and his girlfriend bought him this like ball pit, like this little sort of mini ball. Oh my gosh, he loves it. We can't get him out of it. He plays with it all day long. So it was a big success. The grandmas, the great grandmas were all here. Oh, sorry, I have a fly. And we had a great time. And then the next weekend, so last weekend, we celebrated my daughter-in-law. We had a baby shower for her here, which was lovely. We had probably over 30 people, which was crazy. And we were able to, the weather held out, so we were able to have it outside, which was wonderful. We have sort of a back covered deck. And so that was great. We were able to, just celebrate them and their new little girl on the way. They got lots of good stuff, which is always fun. It's always just so fun. The little baby clothes are so tiny. And we did give my grandson a piece. So our theme for the baby shower was babies in bloom. And I tried to do it's a girl, so I tried to do a lot of pink stuff. And my daughter-in-law loves lemon loaf, lemon anything. So I made this pink lemonade cake. Well, my grandson loved it. He didn't like the cake, the vanilla and chocolate cake that I made him for a smash cake. That lemonade cake, and it was tart, it's lemon. It was really good. He loved it. He absolutely plowed through that cake. I have this picture of him holding up a whole piece to his face. So he got a second smash cake, I guess, in the form of pink lemonade cake. So I told my daughter for his second birthday, that's what I'm gonna make him. This fly is gonna drive me insane because it is just spinning about. Anyway, sorry about that. Fly season, it just is what it is. So yeah, so that was my last couple of weeks. And I honestly got very little stitching done. I knew I wouldn't. I knew I didn't have the time that I normally have with all the party prep, and then having 2 weekends in a row, we had our parents come. We don't live close to our family, so my husband's sisters actually came for the baby shower, which was lovely. We don't see them super often, so I knew I wouldn't. I expected that. I expected my stitching time would be pretty limited, which it was, and it was totally worth it. So I'm coming off. So I'm filming this Friday after work, in the afternoons. I usually work 4 days a week. and I usually work the evening afternoon shift, so like that sort of 1 to 9-ish shift. And because we have people on holidays and we're trying to work around that, I worked straight days this week, which I don't normally, and I worked all 5 days, which I also don't normally. I really like that day off. Like, I really miss not having a day off, not just to stitch, just to get stuff done, like groceries and cleaning and all that fun stuff. So I find it harder to stitch at night. I usually can build in some time in the morning, and I kind of am a morning stitcher, or weekends. But both my weekends have been taken up with all kinds of fun celebrations. But on top of that, I didn't have my mornings either. So my stitching was very limited. And that's all good. That's all good. And the celebrations continue. So when you see this, fingers crossed, will be Saturday morning. It is one of my son's birthdays. So we are having all the family over for dinner and do steak and cake, as we call it, because everybody wants steak for dinner, for their birthday dinner. And we'll have cake. I'm hoping to pop that in the oven tonight once the sun goes down. It is crazy hot here. Like, and I know I'm from Canada, and I know that it's not as hot as it gets elsewhere. But we Canadians are not prepared for this level of heat. Like, we are not. It is crazy hot. It feels like it has been just for weeks and weeks and weeks. We don't even get our cool evenings. Like, I'm missing my nice cool evenings where I can open all the windows and, so I think this weekend is supposed to be better. We are under our tornado watch currently, so that's a good time. I expect some thunderstorms later tonight. Hopefully, it's sunny now, so hopefully they will hit after the video. It absolutely poured rain the other night, and it was like, do you know when it rains and it's like hotter than before it rained? It was like that kind of rain, where it was just like, oh, the rain should have cooled stuff off, a big thunderstorm, wonderful. And like, you walk outside and it's like this wall of humidity. That's what it was. So it was very disappointing. We have the baby tonight, so we are babysitting. Grandpa has taken him out to get some corn on the cob for dinner tomorrow and some pizza for dinner tonight. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think Grandpa's ever actually taken him out on his own before. So we have him overnight, and we have him till tomorrow, till everybody comes for supper tomorrow. So probably no stitching tomorrow either, but that's okay. It's all fun. He's wonderful. We love having him. He's so sweet. He's getting so big. Okay, I feel like I've rambled now, as I do at the beginning of my videos. So welcome. Thank you for watching me ramble on about my videos, about my cross stitch. Thank you for coming back if you are returning, and thank you for joining. If this is your first video, welcome. I think I've gotten less organized the more videos I have made. I feel like my first video was probably my most organized video, and now I am just winging it as I go. And my hair is just, it's very humid, and I wear a scrub cap at work, and it's just, it feels like it went funky on me. Anyway, okay, let's hop on into the small amount of stitching that I did this week, because I know it's not very much. I did get 2 new starts though, so I was kind of impressed with myself. It's been 2 weeks since my last video. I usually film once every 2 weeks on Fridays, usually if I can. So I have been keeping with my schedule, which is nice. But not as much as I had thought I would get done. I do have quite a bit of planned stuff to go over with you though, so that should be fun, and some stitchy kindness, which will be nice. So I'm going to show you my first whip, which I did very little on since the last time you have seen this. So this is Shannon Christine Designs, The Signs of Christmas. So it comes out once a month, and I didn't iron it. Sorry, you can see the Nerge hoop lines in it. So this block down here, the block that I'm currently working on, North Pole Gingerbread Bakery, so cute. This is the block for July. I have done really well keeping up on top of this. It started April, May, June, July, yep, April. So I've done really well. If you go to her website, you can still order it, you can still get it. And it just sort of comes in my email. They're PDFs, so it comes in my email at the first of every month. So I'll be getting one, when is the first Monday? See, I'm looking over there. My calendar is not there. And I didn't bring it down with me. So I'm hoping actually this Sunday. So we're gonna have everybody over tomorrow, but Sunday should be, we'll see if Sunday's a little calmer. Probably not. We'll see. I'm hoping to get this finished because I've done super well keeping on top of it, and I want to stay, like I don't want to fall behind. I really would like to finish this. The blocks aren't very big. They're not super stitch heavy, and they're really fun. I'm really enjoying it. So this is stitched 25 count vintage country mocha 1/1 is what I'm stitching this on. And this is really cute. I really like it. I'm excited to see this completed. And if I stay with it, I should be able to complete it. So let me tuck that over there. Let me tuck that over here, I lied. So the other whip that I had was my Whip Go pick for, or my Whip Go number that was picked for July. So I was to do 5 days on the Fruits of Plenty sal. So Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery. This is the 2021 sal, I want to say. I'm obviously very behind because it's 2023. And I didn't get a ton on it. So I didn't take it out of the bars because the last video, you guys got to see it. So I worked on the bottom motif here. I did finish it. It was partially started the last time you guys saw it. I love this. I do really, really love this. Like it's so, it's beautiful. But I did technically stitch 5 days on it. So that is my Whip Go challenge, is to, most things is to stitch 5 days. So I did stitch 5 days on it. It was just, it was like a half an hour after work kind of thing, or like a half an hour before bed. Like, so it wasn't it was 5 days, but it wasn't like, oh, I got like a good solid couple of hours, you know, each day on it. So that's, I mean, I made the challenge. I just, you know, wasn't as much stitching as I had hoped. I really, really like that one. So I was a little, I would have liked to have had some more time on it because it would be nice to get that into a finish. And I'm more than halfway done, so that's good. And so I have a couple of new starts. So that was my only 2 whips. Those are the only 2 whips I worked on completely this past 2 weeks. So again, not too much. But I did start 2 new things, one planned and one completely unplanned. So my completely unplanned start is Caroline Carter, Annie at the Proper Stitcher. Here, I'm gonna fold it this way. Annie at the Proper Stitcher. I will link her YouTube, her Flosstube down below. She has started designing. I'm so excited. I love watching her. She was one of the very first Flosstubes that I ever started watching when I started. Love her. I just love her. She's so sweet. And so she has started designing. So I will try to insert a picture here. Let's hope that I can do that. What it will look like complete, but it is Caroline Carter and it is a reproduction sampler. So this is what I got stitched on it. I am stitching it with the DMC conversion. She stitched the original in silk. So this is the DMC conversion on like a 32 count cream colored Zweigart. I just had it. I don't know what it was from. It's cut. So it came from, sorry, like I can tell by the way it's cut, it came from another project. Like I just snipped it off. But yeah, it's super cute. I really, 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 really like that green. I'm a big fan of green. So it's cute. Just a small start on that. I saw her Flosstube, I want to say it was last Sunday because it wouldn't have been Saturday because Saturday was the baby shower. So we had all the people. And I think when everybody went home on Sunday morning, I sat down for a little bit and stitched actually on Modern Folk Embroidery. That's what I was trying to stitch on. And of course, watch Flosstube because that's what you do. And I saw that and I was like, oh, they were so, so, so pretty. And then I was on Instagram and I noticed that Jessica, Sweetwater Stitcher, started it like right away. So I went to Etsy and I bought the PDF. So she had 4 patterns released and all smaller samplers, which is nice because I tend to get into these great big samplers and like the Modern Folk Embroidery and it takes me years to finish them. That one will be a really nice, quick and easy stitch. It's super, super easy. The pattern is beautiful. It's all color. And it's a PDF so you can like make it bigger if you need to, which I love. So yeah, so I downloaded it and I searched my stash of my very, very limited, I have a very limited stash, particularly of fabric. I have a very limited stash. So I did that. She said on her video, they all had a DMC conversion. So I happen to have probably 3/4 of the DMC called for, and there's a few that I'm going to have to get that I don't have. But I was able to start it, which is great. So I was able to get a start in that. It's really fun. It's a really fun little stitch. So, and I really like the border. It's very easy. So that'll be fun. I'm hoping I might actually take that one on with us when we go on our trip. We have a trip planned mid-month, and I want to take a few pieces, but I don't want to take anything like that's on 32 count, which is a lot easier to see than like 40 count. Like I need good light and magnifiers to see 40 count. So it might be nice to take something that has a slightly higher count that I can actually work on, like in a hotel room or we're staying in Airbnb, but like that. And I'm not taking I don't have a travel light, and I'm not taking my great big old like giant gooseneck light with me. So yeah, so I think that might be one, because I think I could get that finished in a couple of days. It's not very big. All of the patterns, the 4 patterns that she had, were very like nice, little reasonably sized. All of them completely adorable. So for sure go and visit Annie and snap up one of her very first patterns. I think that's so exciting. I'm always so amazed when people can design, because I feel like I can't, like I don't even like to change colors when I'm doing stuff. Like I don't have that like creativity part maybe, where you just, I don't know, I just can't, like I can't imagine designing at all. And I'm so grateful for all of the people out there that do design and that have that talent, because where would I be with nothing to stitch if no one could design? But yeah, it's great. I'm really enjoying it. So that was one first start. And my second start is This Joyous Season by Plum Street Sampler. So this is the Sal that I am hosting with Carolee, who is Stitching is Elementary on Flosstube and on Instagram. So I will link her down below as well. And we started this July 25th for Jolly July. This is the first Sal that I've hosted. And it's fun. It's really fun. So I will show you my progress, which is pretty small, but I didn't think I did too bad, considering my lack of time to stitch. So here we are. This is where I've gotten so far. I love the colors. So I am using the called for colors. I am stitching it on 40 count mallow. So it called for 36 count up in the attic, which I didn't order. I had a hard time finding it, and then I found it, and then it looked really dark, and you know, it's one of those things. I hate buying fabric. I hate buying fabric online, but I really like this. So the little snowflakes, so it's 1/1 on 40 count, but the little snowflakes, it specifically says to do 2/2. So it's 40 count is 1/2. Sorry, no, there's the fly, go away. So it's 1 strand over 2 linen threads, there we go, on 40 count mallow, but the snowflakes are 2 threads over 2 threads of linen, 2 DMC threads. It's bright white that I'm using for and I like it. It kind of gives them a little puffy, like it pops it out. It's actually not as difficult as I thought it would be. This is a very forgiving linen. I've never worked with mallow before. I really like it. It's great. So here is my small start on that. I'm very excited to get on this and get to that big house. I think that'll be fun to stitch. So yeah, so that is my 2 starts, 2 whips. That's it, we're done. It's all over, video's done. Yeah, so I do have some plans. I do have some giveaways, and I do have some Flosstubers that I've been watching. So I've been trying really hard to keep notes as the week goes on. Now this wasn't a great couple of weeks for me to try to do that because I was so busy and spent so little time. Like I have like a stitching spot, and I have a TV, and I have my chair, and I have my little thing with all my stitchy stuff on it, and then I have a little table. And so I've been trying to keep a notebook beside my table so that I can take some notes down, especially if the Flosstubers that I'm watching. I feel like I did in my last video try to mention a few, because I think it's always really sweet to like encourage people to go see other Flosstubes, but also like some people, like I have gotten, like one of the people that I just watched this last week is, what's her name? Katie, So Tattered. So I was watching Olivia, Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, and she mentioned her, and I was like, oh, I should check her out, because not everybody shows up in your like home page. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you have your subscriptions as like, yes, you go to them all the time and you see who has new videos and you can get notifications, you ring the little bell, blah, blah, blah. You get your notifications. but then like you miss people, and there's so many. There's so many, and I love all of them. Like I just love. Anyway, so one of the new Flosstubers, there we go, that I started watching was Katie at So Tattered. Super sweet, beautiful stitching, beautiful quilts. She quilts as well. I just love looking at the quilts. I wish that I could quilt like that, but I cannot. So there was Katie at So Tattered. She's got 2 videos, I believe. And who else do I have? So there's another Katie, the novel stitcher, who I think I've mentioned before, but I couldn't remember. And honestly, I didn't go through my old videos to see if I mentioned her. She's super sweet. She's also stitching this joyous season as well. I just love her. She's so sweet. Beautiful stitching. So go check her out as well. I'm going to link everybody down below. And then there's Natasha, which is Britches Get Stitches, and she's really funny. She posts a lot of like tutorials, and like she posts frequently. I'll say that. Like I only post every like 2 weeks. And some people post like their shorts and stuff, and I haven't figured that out. I can barely get the 2 weeks in. I have not figured out how to do all of that stuff. So I'm hoping one day I'll take some time and like really research like how to like, I know I have a community tab. I've never used that. I'd like to start using that because I think that would be a neat way to like chat with people, because I think that's what that's for. But I really haven't taken the time. So I'm hoping once the summer is over, it's just a really busy season for us, which is wonderful. Like it's all really good things. But I think September, I say this, but I don't know if that's true. I think September might be a little bit calmer. So we have my son's birthday, we have a trip, we have my daughter's birthday, then we have a trip coming up, and then the week we get home from our trip, like next week, 2 of our kids are moving. So that'll be crazy. And then we have a granddaughter due, like at almost all at the same time. It's all gonna happen at the same time. So I have hope that like late September is gonna be a nice, relaxing, calm, I spend some more time on my YouTube channel and I organize myself a little bit better, spend some more time stitching. We'll see what happens. I am not complaining. I'm not complaining at the wonderful busy life I have been blessed with, for sure. Okay, who else do I have? Megan, the Wide-Eyed Stitcher. I watched her actually for a while. She has quite a few videos, like a lot of videos. And I found her probably a couple of weeks ago, and I have watched all kinds of her stuff. I really like her. Again, like just the thing I think I love about Flosstube is everybody stitches such different stuff. And like I can watch somebody and like know that I'm probably never going to stitch the same things that they stitch, but I still love to see it. I love to see what other people are working on, and there is such a massive variety in stitches. Like it's never ending, and I think that is so amazing. Like there is quite literally something for everybody in the cross stitch world. Like no matter what you want to stitch, there's something for you to stitch. So I really enjoy it. I really enjoy watching all of the Flosstubers and seeing what they're stitching and all of the different things that they're stitching. And sometimes you come across someone and you're like, I would stitch every single thing they stitch. Like I will order, and I have absolutely, I have done it. I've ordered, like watching Flosstube, I'm like on my phone and I'm like, order that. And sometimes you just watch because they're just super enjoyable to watch, and it's not necessarily that you have the same taste in stitching, but it's just, it's just fun to see what other people are stitching and what other people enjoy. So anyway, that was a bit of a tangent too. I'm really bad for that. And so there's Nancy, who is stitching with the Stitcher with the laughing face. So I followed her for a little while too. So she has quite a few videos as well. And she lives, I think, relatively, like I think she's like in New York State. I don't think we live super far away from each other. I mean, compared to like someone that lives in like Colorado, right? So because she goes to Hobby House as well. That's how I know. If you're in a radius of Hobby House, you live not that far from me. So yeah, she's wonderful, great stitching, really sweet. So that's Nancy. And then there is Lisa, who is, I didn't write it down. Lost in Stitches. So she's Canadian, lives in, I think she's out west, like she's Manitoba or Edmonton. I don't know. She's out west somewhere. But she strangely enough, grew up in a little tiny town in Newfoundland that one of my dearest friends also grew up in that little tiny town. So there you go. Small world, small world. She's so lovely. I love her stitches, or stitching, I guess. She's beautiful stuff. And she gets she was away in Vancouver and she got these big, beautiful like hanks of like silk thread to stitch with. Beautiful stuff. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so those are the ones that I sort of wanted to like shout out today. By far not the only Flosstubers that I watch. Like I watch really only Flosstube. Like I don't really watch TV anymore at all. I think I really, when I get the chance, I watch Flosstube. I really do. I've been considering trying to get into audiobooks for when I'm stitching because I don't find I read as much now that I stitch so much, but I haven't jumped into that yet. Okay, so that I think is all of my shout outs for today for Flosstube wise. So let's kind of get into what my plans are going to be going forward for the month. So our new WIPGO numbers got called for the month of August, I'll say. Our new WIPGO numbers got called. And so what got called for me was Fall on the Farm. I'm so excited. I haven't touched this in so long. So here's where I'm at on Fall on the Farm. I think this is gonna be the first one that I get going on the 1st, hopefully. So here's where I'm at here. This was my birthday start for last year. So this was my birthday start, so September of 2022. I love it. I love it. And then I put it down and then I didn't pick it back up again. So excited to get this started or working on it again. I am stitching this on 36 count. It's fabric Flair and I don't remember the name of the fabric. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I love Fabric Flair fabric. It is a 36 count even weave, which I've only found Fabric Flair does the 36 count even weave. I've never found it anywhere else. And I absolutely love it. I do my, what's it called? The Forest. When a Forest Grew is on a 36 count like white Fabric Flair and it's an even weave and I love it. It's so nice. I just got a really nice texture. It's nice and soft. So that is WIPGO number 1 for August. And my next WIPGO, interestingly enough, it was supposed to be a WIP and I never started it. So I started this, was on my list to start for the 12 by 12 for the New Year's that Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, was hosting. I think with Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo. I think they were hosting that together. And so I had grand plans to start it. That was my plan. And I guess I didn't. So I stalled out on my 12 by 12 because it was just too hard. I couldn't keep up with it. I couldn't do 12 and 12. I couldn't do 12 hours. And I just ran out of time. I work over the holidays, so that didn't help. Like I worked New Year's Eve. I didn't work New Year's Day, but I did work New Year's Eve this year. So I think that's part of it. Like it just, anyway, this didn't work. So this made my WIP go bored because it was supposed to have been a WIP, but it's actually going to be a new start, even though that wasn't the plan. So this is Country Cottage Needlework Silent Night. So there it is. I have had this for quite a few years now. Like I bought this, I couldn't even tell you when I bought it. It would have been one of my first orders from 123 Stitch. I loved it. And I am going to stitch this on. Let's see. It is 32 count Pearl Gray Belfast. I don't even have it all the way kitted. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I don't even have, I was looking at the, oh I do have some of it. I lied. So I know I specifically ordered the White Lightning because the White Lightning is the house color and the house color is very variegated. So in the picture, the house, it kind of looks like it's going to run together on this fabric though. Now I'm a little worried. I don't know. Might be a little bit. And it does call for Fancy Floss and DMC, and I think I have the majority of the Fancy Floss in something else that I can pull out. I might have to buy 1 or 2 things, but we'll see. We shall see. I have a little stash of Fancy Floss now because I've been doing some ordering for some upcoming projects that I have. So I have a little bit of I got a little stash. It's little stash, but I've got one. I'm working on it. My friend Anne at Knowledge and Needles here in Brighton, Ontario. She's probably sick of me because I feel like I placed an order for like a few floss, and then I'm like, oh wait, do you have this? Oh, she's like, yep. And then she'll mail me 1 or 2, and oh wait, do you have this? Yeah, it's like she's probably thinking, Alana, get your stuff together so you can place 1 large order and save on shipping. So I did, and I have gotten 2 packages just of floss from her this week. And then just yesterday, I placed an order for, I really need like a list. I need a better system. I placed an order for the 36 count vintage country mocha because that is the called for the new Brenda Gervais at home. So I have ordered that. I don't have it physically, but it is at my P.O. box because I get a notification. So I have a P.O. box in the States. I couldn't find anyone to ship it to Canada. So I just shipped it there, but I won't get it until my husband and I'm not crossing over just for that because you have to pay tolls and duty and the whole thing. So my husband and I are heading over in a couple weeks in August. So we'll pick that up then. And I'm hoping, I have got some of the floss. I ordered some of the floss from Anne. And so I'm hoping that I'll have and I'm bringing it with me and I can start it on my trip. We'll see. I don't know if that'll happen. But it's in my plans to start that and to take Caroline Carter. I think that's my plan, is going to be to take that. And those will be the 2 things that I work on. I don't want to take a lot because I know that I'm not going to do it. Like it's a trip. I'm not going to spend it cross stitching. I just I'll hopefully get some stitching time in, but it's more of a time for me and my husband to spend some time together and do fun things and go on hikes and sightsee and hopefully a little outlet shopping. We shall see. That's my plan. So that's that. That is my 2 whip goes for August. Yes, August. Had to think about that. And then for August is the last month of Cross Stitch Camp. So Cross Stitch Camp is hosted by Sherry at the Colorado Cross Stitcher. And it is a challenge to start and complete a project in the month that you're in. So the first month was Stitch Something with a Bird. July was Stitch Something That Grows, which I was able to finish pretty quickly. That's my last video. And August is Stitch Something New. So new designer, new fabric, new whatever. So I am stitching Lucy Beam's Immortal. I loved this. This was a market release this year, I believe. Super, super cute. I've never ever stitched anything by Lucy Beam before. So that is my new, actually the fabric is a fabric I've never stitched on before either. So yeah, so this is going to be my start. I'll start that on Monday probably. August the 1st is my plan to start that. And I am using, so it only calls for 3 colors. So it calls for baby spinach, which I have, cornflower, which I do have somewhere. Let me see. I think it might be in my stash. Is this cornflower? Yep, cornflower. And it called for lavender potpourri, which is the this. And it's purple. Like it's super purple. And I'm not a purple person. So I swapped it out for old red paint. So here, I feel like I'm losing my light because it's getting dark now. It's like 7:30 here. So I probably should have turned on a light. So I am sorry if I'm not used to filming in the evenings. So here's my fabric. What's it called? Also from Knowledge Needles. It is called Mind Blowing. It doesn't actually say who it's from though, like who made it. It is 32 count Lugana. So this is what it looks like. Oh, it's so nice and soft. I like soft linen. I just do. It's so nice. Here, let me see if I can do a whole like professional floss tube. So it only calls for 3 colors. So these are going to be my 3. We'll see if they turn out. There we go. I love that dark red. I really like the dark red. And I really liked this fabric. So that is my plan for Cross Stitch Camp. And that's my last camp project for this year of 2022. Which is kind of crazy. Okay, I'm gonna tuck this in here. I feel like I'm losing my light real quick, guys. So I'm sorry about that. I'm tempted to turn on these lights, but then I think it's gonna be really glary. So hopefully you can still see everything. Okay, where am I at here? I have all kinds of stuff everywhere, as per usual. Let's see. My plans. That's my stitchy kindness. Hang on. I'm getting everything mixed up together. Maybe I'll do Stitchy Kindness first. Maybe I'll do that right now. So the last video I had, which was my giveaways, actually maybe I'll do that too. I'll do it all. These were the 3 giveaways. I'll show them really quick. All Cottage Country Needleworks. And I'll let you know right now. I'll do that right now. And this is the beauty. I didn't show the card or anything last time. I was very disorganized last time. So this is the absolutely beautiful card that I was given with a beautiful, beautiful note. I won't read the whole note. But this is from Sharon. It's just so sweet. It's so sweet. She sent in a huge pile. So I'm going to do this. Huge pile of other stuff that I am going to, some of them are full kits. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sort of space them out. So I'm not doing one giant giveaway. I'll try to space them out a little bit. But I'm gonna announce, that's the word I want, announce the winners. Right now I'm gonna do that. I wrote them down. I took screenshots of them because I'd use them on those like random comment generators. So I took the screenshots, but then I film on my phone, so that's me. Okay, so which one was first? I wrote it down. Okay, so number 1 was Home of the Brave by Little House Needleworks. And the winner of that is Debbie Reynolds 9276. So Debbie, congratulations. Please send me an email. My email is Mrs.SmithStitches Flosstube@gmail.com. It will be linked in the show notes below. So Debbie, send me an email and I'm gonna send that off to you. The second one is Long May She Wave, also by Little House Needleworks. And the winner of that is Tron Mom, TRONMON. So please send me an email. It'll be linked below, and send me your address and I'm gonna send that to you. And the last one is Land of the Free. So cute, I love this. So the winner of this is Cheryl Gokay, Gokay 6364. So Cheryl, if you want to give me an email and send me your address, and I will get those out to you guys Tuesday. My day off this week is Tuesday. I'm having kind of a normal week, hopefully. And so I will get out to the post office on Tuesday. So if you guys can send that to me on Tuesday. So this is the awesome package from Sharon. Thank you so much, Sharon, for all of your wonderful giveaways. And I will sort of, I'm gonna drop it. I will sort of spread those out so that I'm not doing kind of one giant giveaway and spending $8 million on postage. So I got another, within the last weeks, another beautiful package. This one came from Kristen, and this is the beautiful card she sent. I won't read the whole card, but it was the same, some stuff to send to give away to my viewers, which is super, super, super sweet. I really appreciate that, guys. Like, it's so nice. Like, I love the community of cross stitchers and how generous everybody is. I think it's wonderful. So she sent some beautiful, beautiful stuff. A few I'm going to show, and I'm going to keep some for giveaways later, but I really wanted to show these. I'm going to keep these, I think, for like, I'm thinking like my 5,000 subscribers if I get that far. But I love these, and these are old Blackbird designs. So this one is Dear Friend, and look, it's not even, so like, it's not even a booklet. Like the back is the pattern. And I saw them and I was like, oh, I might have to stitch them before I give them away, but I will give them away. I promise I will. And then there was a second one, which is With My Needle. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. It's so beautiful. Like so, so, so beautiful. I love it. So I may have to stitch those before I give them away. I'll try. And then this super, super cute Bent Creek You Are My Sunshine, which I thought was adorable. So cute. And another, this is Birds of a Feather. And it's just called, I don't know if it has a name. Curious as a Cat, that's what it is. And so this is this. I'll try to get it a little closer. And a beautiful like bag full of some neat fabric. So this is like a opalescent, just assorted fabrics. I don't know what counts. There's nothing written on them. This one is nice and shiny. I don't think that's gonna pick up, but really, really pretty. So what I'm going to do for this giveaway is I'm going to package, I'm only gonna do one. I'm going to package the fabric with the Curious Cat. So I'm gonna put this all on one together. And this will be one giveaway. I'm only going to do one this week. And this will be it. So if you are interested in this giveaway, please be 18. Please be a subscriber to the channel. Please like and comment on the video. And we are going to use the word CAT, C-A-T, for this package. And the winner will be announced on my next video in 2 weeks' time. Alrighty. It's so fun. The giveaways are fun. And I'm super, super appreciative, both Sharon and Kristen, for you sending these beautiful patterns and packages. It's really, really sweet, incredibly, incredibly generous. And it's wonderful. I love the fact that I'm able to do these giveaways and to bless other people and give them some patterns to stitch. So it's wonderful. Okay, yay, I did that. All right, now I flipped ahead, so I'm gonna flip back. So here's my only haul. My only haul is random floss from Anne at Knowledge and Needles. So I've got a whole bunch of it. It's all for different stuff. I just keep ordering floss, all the fancy floss. If you are Canadian, she has everything. Like, she has patterns and everything. Like, so basically when I need something, I just email her and I'm like, hey, have you got this? And she'll say yes or no. And I feel like her prices are incredibly reasonable. So she has a deal for the fancy floss. I think it's 5 for 15. And she, like, you can't beat that. She has everything. And so here's all the floss that I've ordered. Now this is for assorted things. Some of it's for at home. Some of it's for a few of the things that I'm kitting up here. So yeah, so that's all my haul. And I ordered the fabric for at home, and then I have decided that I'm going to go on a no buy. Now, I'm not a big haul. Like, I don't normally have a big haul anyway. Like, I can't be buying stuff every 2 weeks. Like, that's too much. I have so much stuff to stitch. It's getting silly. But I decided I'm not buying nothing. No orders, no nothing until my trip. So we are going down into Maine. There is a store, Lakeside Stitches, I think, in Maine. I was chatting with Brandy from B&E Stitchery. They have a floss tube as well. I think I linked them last week, but I can link them again. We were on a Zoom call. Chris, the camping stitcher, and Nancy, the disorderly stitcher, they do a monthly Zoom call. So this is the second one I've ever been able to be on because I usually work nights. So I was able to hop on, which was really fun. It's just fun. So Brandy happened to be on that call, and we got talking because she's from Maine, and that's where we're going. And so she said to check out Lakeside Stitches. I feel like I have it written down, not here, but and it's not super far from where we're going to be staying. So I talked to my husband. That was Wednesday night. So after the call on Wednesday night, I was like, maybe we should do one cross stitch store. This is not a stitching vacation, but maybe one. And he was like, yeah, sure. He doesn't care. So that's my plan. So I'm hoping I'm sure I'll find something to buy. So I'm not buying anything until then, but I do also have a trip planned to Hobby House. So I have been wanting to get there for 2 years and I haven't. So Hobby House is in Pittsford, New York. It's about 3.5 hours from where I live in Ontario. And it just so far hasn't worked out. It just hasn't. I kind of want to go and stay overnight because I feel like 3.5 hours is long to then just shop and come home. And if I'm going to the States, I want to go to other places. I want to do Target and Hobby Lobby. You want to do all of it when you go, right? And I do cross over pretty frequently. But the little town that I cross over to doesn't have a lot of stuff. It has some stuff, but it doesn't have the whole, doesn't have a Home Goods, you know what I mean? So we're Kirkland's or any of that stuff either. So I have, my birthday is September 18th, and I have an all-day meeting at work that day in a city in Kingston, Ontario. I'm going to be in Kingston. So I thought, well, that's not super fun. And then I decided that if I book off the Tuesday, I can go, I can cross over in Gananoque, and then I'm kind of halfway there, not exactly, but close enough, right? I'm in the right direction. Let's put it that way. So I thought if my meeting will be done at 4. So my meeting is done at 4, and then I can cross, I have to backtrack a little bit, but anyway, cross over, I can get to, I don't think I'll stay in Pittsford. My husband's going to come with me because he said he can just kill time while I'm in Kingston for while I'm in my meeting. He'll go, we'll leave at the crack of dawn because we have to be there for 8 a.m. And then we'll cross over. We'll probably spend the night in Syracuse. I'm familiar with there, so like I know where to shop there, you know what I mean? And then we'll head on to Hobby House, which is closer to Rochester. I think that's our plan. It's our plan to go. Where we stay, I don't know. We haven't looked that far ahead, to be honest. So I just found out today that that day off has been approved. So I got that day off, which is fantastic. I'm very excited. So I'm going to Hobby House for my birthday. So this is super exciting. So that is my plan. So I'm going to try to buy nothing. I'm going to try to save my pennies. And I'm going to try to not buy the whole store when I get there. I'm incredibly excited to go to Hobby House. So that will get me like 2 actual cross stitch stores in like a month. So my plan is not to buy anything online until then. So I'll have maybe a little haul when I come home from my trip, and then maybe, well, yes, for sure at Hobby. I know I'll have a haul from Hobby House, and then that'll be that. And I probably won't get back there again for another couple of years, because then I have Stitch North in the next spring, and then I'm gonna really try to go to StitchCon. I think if I can get in, I think I might try to do that, because Cincinnati is only like 10 hours from me, and I don't like to fly if I can help it. So my husband and I were like, because Stitch North, it's just Toronto, so I'll go by myself. But I said to my husband, I'm like, do you want to see Cincinnati? Like, do you have any interest in going to Ohio? And he was like, why? I was like, it might be fun. And so I think he's like, yeah, sure. He's always game for a road trip. Road tripping is my husband's favorite thing to do. So he is game for a road trip. So if I can get in, I think I'm going to try to go next year. We'll see. I know it's a whole year away. It just finished. Now I'm getting very much ahead of myself. So let me go over some of my plans and some of the things that I'm kitting up. Some of this floss is for that. Some of this is for that. So this is what I'm going to try to start. I was watching Olivia. I feel like I'm talking more than I'm showing stitching. I'm sorry. I was watching Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, and she has done this she's starting all the things, and then she's just going to keep going. She's got like a wheel that she's doing, which I think sounds super fun. But when she talked about like having all these projects kitted up, and I don't really ever have just projects sitting, these projects sitting kitted up. I really don't do that. And I don't think that's my plan to do that, but I have a few things that I know that I want to start by the end of this year. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make sure I have all the fabric, and I'm going to get all the floss, and so I'm in the process of kitting is what I'm doing now. So this is the first one. So I have fabric for everything, but I don't have the flosses for everything. And then this is going to have to be it, because I can tell my light is going away. And I can see myself getting shadowier as I go. So this is Autumn Square. So this was very generously gifted to me by a new creation studio. I will link her Instagram and her Etsy. I'll link her Etsy down below too. And this is called Autumn House. And I just love it so much. And it's all DMC. And it's only got 2, 4, 6, 7 colors. So like really, would be a beautiful, quick and easy, really sweet stitch. And I'm gonna stitch it on this that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's like, I don't think you'll be able to see it because I'm losing my light. That's what you get for stitching at night. So this has got a really pretty modeling. What is it called? Ada Vintage Oat Ada. And it's 14 count. I like the modeling in it. Oh, there you go. That looks good. And I thought that would be great. So I am going to get the DMC. I don't have the floss for it yet, but it's DMC. I probably have most of it in my stash. And I'm going to stitch a new creation studio. Autumn Square. She has all of them. She has autumn, summer, winter, fall, or winter, spring. There we go. And I want to do all of them. So I just love it. And she is super, super, super sweet. She sent me a message and said, pick something. And I was like, this is it. Me and my fall. I just have to stitch fall. But I would really love to stitch all of them. I showed the pattern on the back. Maybe I can blur that. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't use it. Hopefully it wasn't clear enough. Okay. So I'm going to put this away. So that's my one that I'm going to kit up. My next one that I'm going to kit up is another fall because that's what it is. So this is Midnight Watch, Blackbird Designs. I've been wanting to stitch this since I saw Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilt stitch this, and I just thought it was amazing. And I don't really stitch Halloween, and lately I really wanted to stitch Halloween, which is very weird for me. Laura, the New Hampshire Stitcher, just finished this too. And so some of those colors that I showed you that I got from Anne are for this. And I am stitching this on, what is this? This is beige, I wanna say. Beige, 36 count. Beige, so just simple. I'm really excited about the moon because the moon is all, I don't know if it's picking it up, but it's all variegated, and that is, here we go. I ordered that color specifically because I really wanted the variegation. So that is Ginger Snap. I don't know, see that? Yeah, I guess you can see it. I never know. One of these days I'm gonna be like more professional with my YouTube, and I'm gonna have like lighting and like stuff. Probably not anytime soon, but one of these days. Tuck that in there. And I think the black was from there. I think the black was the black cat. Now I have to go through that again because now I've got it all messed up. All right, and in my beautiful bag from Quilts and Stitch, I will link her Etsy store below too. This is my first project bag I ever got. She's Canadian. She's in Oshawa, Whitby, I want to say. Oshawa, maybe. I'll link her Etsy store below. It's absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. So in here, partially kitted, is my Autumn Rules by Primrose. Primrose Cottage Designs. I just love it. Like, I love this. Like, I could stitch this today. I am going to stitch it on what the call for, which is 25 count vintage country mocha. And I think I'm actually going to stitch it. Like, usually when I use 25 count, I stitch 1/1, and I think I'm going to stitch it like full size because I'd like to hang it in my kitchen, and 1/1 it'll be itty bitty, and I have the perfect little spot here. Someone said Chantel at the 141 company, Chantel Demling. I'm sorry. I'll link her down below too. She has a floss tube. She's fantastic. 141 Stitch Company. Anyway, has paddles that fit this perfectly. I forget. I saw it on Facebook. So, because they have all kinds. They have like the Hive Rules. People have been working on that. Sell the Hive Rules. They have Christmas Rules. I don't know what else they have. But me and fall, like I think everything I'm kitting up is fall, to be completely honest with you. Everything. It's just all fall. But we are going into fall, so I think that helps. So yeah, so this all calls for DMC as well. And I am super excited to get started on that. And I feel like it'll go pretty quick, especially on 25 count. Maybe I'll take that with me on my trip. And see, now I have like 5 things I want to take with me on my trip. And it's not a cross-stitching trip. Yeah, everything I have that I'm going to kit up is fall. Every single thing. So the next one is an Autumn Wish by Cherry Hill Stitchery. So I think I showed this the last time. I placed an order. Nicole Spohr had a coupon code off of her Facebook group, and it was 25% off, I want to say. And their stuff, like her stuff at Cherry Hill, is already very, very, very reasonably priced. And I think I got like 4 patterns for like $20 or $24. It was like really, really, really reasonable. And I've been looking at this one literally for forever. Like literally, I've been staring at this. It's been in my Etsy cart, and I finally bit the bullet. And this I am going to stitch on. This is the piece, and I don't know what it's called. I think it's just called Natural. So I stitched Pansy Patch Quilt and Stitchery, their Peacock Manor. I stitched this on the top part of this. And so it's just beige. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's 25, it might be 27 count. Like Natural or something. It's that Artiste brand from Hobby Lobby, but this piece will fit that perfectly. And so I was like, yep, perfect. I really like to, like I'm not the type that has like a giant piece of fabric and starts something right in the middle. Like I like to, if I have a giant piece of fabric, I really want to utilize it as much as possible. Like I don't mind stitching on the same fabric. Actually, sometimes I prefer it. Like I love me some vintage country mocha. Like it's easy to stitch on, it's easy to work with. Like I tend to have my favorite, like everybody has their sort of favorites of their fabric, but like I always start in one, and if I can use the bottom for something else small, I'm absolutely going to do that. Like I am not a middle starter. because I feel like it was going to waste. Now, that being said, there are times that I have started way too close, and then I end up with all this stuff that isn't quite like that I really should have. My, I feel like I'm not completing my sentences. My anaphore screw is like that, so it's super tight to the top and the side, and then over here I have like a whole chunk of fabric. So I just didn't do a great job of starting, and the top left is where I usually start. Okay, so the last thing that I am here, this is the last thing I'm going to show, and then I'm going to go because it's getting dark outside and I think it's going to storm. So the last last thing I'm going to kit up for now is my birthday start, which is September 18th. And I'm hoping I can start it that night, like in the hotel, because I'm going to be on an all-day conference at work. Doesn't sound like the most fun way, but the next day I get to go to Hobby House, so I'm very excited. And this is Blackbird's design, so it's in the Winds of Autumn book, and it is the one at the bottom, Mighty Acorn. So I'll open it up and show it to you, hopefully without showing you the entire. This book is like, I would like to stitch every single solitary thing in this book. I have never bought a Blackbird book before, and I'm absolutely hooked. Like every single, and it's autumn. Everything. I would stitch every piece in here. Like look at this piece on the back. I don't even know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. But look at this. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Like beyond. Does it say what it's called? It doesn't. No. Mary Russell. Alma Russell. Oh. No, doesn't say. It's absolutely stunning. Like, I know it's in the book somewhere, but I don't want to spend the next part of the video flipping through the book. So I'm just going to show you this. So this is Mighty Acorn is what it's called. And I don't remember who I saw stitch this. I really don't. But I remember absolutely falling in love with it, like probably 2 years ago. And I was like, I'm going to need to stitch that. And I just love fall. I just love fall. I would leave this up year round. Like I would absolutely, this is gorgeous to me. I would 100% leave it up year round. I wouldn't even hesitate. So it's getting a little glary here. I'm losing my light. So I'm going to stitch that. That's my birthday start. I'm going to kit that up. I do have some of the colors again that I ended up with from Anne. And I'm going to stitch it on this that I did pick up also from Anne. She had an open house in like May, and I drove out to her place, which is a couple hours from here. And, I just went in person. I bought a bunch of stuff, but this is one of the things. So this is Fortnite Fabrics. It's called Grace, and it is beautiful. It's a big old piece because I got a big old piece, and I don't know if it's going to show because I'm losing my light. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's beautiful modeled. I don't think you can really, it's not picking up on this end, the modeling, because, oh, maybe just because of my funky lighting that I got going on here. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think it will work. So here's some of the colors. Like these are some of them. Well, here, I'm just gonna put you with all the color. I don't know which ones are which anymore. Some of these are for the sampler on the season fall. So that I'm planning on starting in August. I'll show that in my next video probably. But here's these pretty fall colors. So pretty. They're so pretty. Like I'm dying with these pretty, I know my lighting is going. I can see it. It's like dark out now. So I know that's not giving you any, it's just not working. It's not working. You get the gist. When I get started, I'll show you. So that's it. I think that's it. I think that's what I'm going to kit. I'm going to spend some time, in the next couple of weeks kitting just the few. Like I don't think I'm ever going to be the person that has like 25 projects kitted. I'm just not. I've given some thought into kitting up some things for like Christmas. I don't have a lot of Christmas stitching. I have a couple of bigger pieces, but I definitely don't have anything little. So there's a few things that I think that's going to be something I will look for as I hit a couple of actual in-person stores. I think I might look for, I have so much fall. Like I have mostly fall because it's my favorite, and I don't have a problem with that, but it would be nice to have some, especially some smalls for Christmas that I could actually finish and fully finish. Not that I've ever really fully finished that. But I am hoping to get my filming back up in my craft room and be able to put some of my pieces on the wall, like actually frame them, get them framed and put them up on the wall. That's my plan. as we sort of shuffle kids around, I'm hoping, and get the basement started. We're still working on our basement. It still is in the same state it was in April when I first started Flosstube. It's now almost August and nothing has changed. But we do have, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We have a sweet family member that is going to come and do the drywall for us. And he has his own business, which is great, but they're very, like, everybody's so busy right now, right? So he's super busy. He's going to fit us in like when he can, which is wonderful. And we're very, very grateful for that. So as we sort of shift things around, my craft room became a little bit of a catch-all. So it's very disorganized and I can't film in there anymore right now. It kind of became, it's like half craft room. Like I have my chair and I have a TV and I have like my little cart and my little table and my big lamp. And then I have like storage. It's like all the junk that doesn't fit anywhere else that we had to bring up from the basement ended up in the craft room. Anyway, I get sorry for my tangents. I think that's everything. I think that is everything. Not a ton of stitching, but that's okay because life. We have a beautiful, busy life and we're very grateful for that. And I know that as the winter months hit, I definitely have a lot more time to stitch because nobody wants to go outside in the winter. Honestly, in this weather, I don't want to go outside in the summer either. It's gross out there. Like I'm not really summer. I'm not really outdoorsy. There was a t-shirt that I saw once and it said, something like, I'm indoorsy, and that's me. I'm indoorsy. I'm not, like, sitting on my deck is fine, but like I'm not outdoorsy particularly. Something I'm working on. So there we go. That is Flosstube number 9. Thank you so much. If you have stuck around this long, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for all of your comments and your messages and your emails. And it's very, very, very sweet. I have had the best interactions with people. Everybody is so kind and so like encouraging. It's been lovely. And thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that I am able to pass that along to other Flosstubers. And I try to leave messages and be encouraging. And it's just such a great community. I know I say that. I feel like I say that at absolutely every video, but I mean it with all my heart. It is such a beautiful, like, welcoming community. And I hear other people talk about that too, like other Flosstubers particularly. I have had a few people over the last few weeks kind of ask me about starting a Flosstube. And if you are thinking about starting a Flosstube, absolutely you should. It has been honestly one of the most fun things I think I've ever done. And I'm not very techie. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't know how to film. Like, neither did I. I Googled a lot. I film on my phone. I don't have a cute intro. I don't know. No, I have no idea how to do that. Like, some people have the cute little, they're so cute. It's so pretty. I don't know how to do that. And to be honest, I haven't taken the time at this point to figure that out. Maybe one day I will. Like, maybe one day I'll sort of sit and be like, okay, let's actually look into like video editing and how do I add pictures and all that stuff. And so maybe one day I would like to learn a little bit more about that part. But honestly, if you have anything that you can film on a phone, an iPad, a camera, just do it. Just sit down and film and make sure you share with everybody and tell me so I can go watch you. But it has absolutely been like completely like the most fun. So if you are thinking of starting a Flosstube, please do. And please let us know in the comments so that we can all go and watch you and support you as well. And I think that's it. I think that's it for today. My light is going, like really going. So I hope this turns out. I hope my quality is okay because I did change it. So I'm a little unsure. Hopefully I can get it uploaded and you'll be watching this on Saturday or whenever you watch it. So I hope everybody has a fantastic 2 weeks. I will be back in 2 weeks' time with a couple new starts and hopefully some good, solid progress on some whips because I do have a little bit more stitching time in the next coming few weeks. I hope you guys are having a great time and I hope you are getting tons and tons of stitching done and enjoy these next couple of weeks and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.